Are we so back? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thomas, and today we are talking about everything coming out from Supreme Week 9 and the entire drop list.
Got the club going up
On a Tuesday. Yes, we may indeed be back. The Indiana Hoosiers are ranked number 2 in the country in football, and Supreme information is coming back out on Tuesday mornings. Life truly is going back to normal. Besides this football shit, I can't believe it is actually crazy. 7-0, baby, let's freaking go. Woo! But my collegiate fandom aside, today I'm telling you guys what the best items are going to be for resale, the sleeper item of the week, and of course everything in between. So if you love staying up to date on Supreme, Palace, and other related super content, then be sure to hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the noti bell so you can stay up to date every single time I post and go live. I am going live this Thursday for Supreme Live Cop. Who knows what I'm grabbing? I'm still very indecisive on this week. And with all that out of the way, let's get into it. I mean, here we go, guys. Supreme Week 9 drop list. I truly was looking forward to doing a Fox and Supreme Racing retrospective video, but no, we have the full drop list here, and I am so pleasantly surprised with the prices for the Fox collab. They kept it relatively affordable, similar to what they've had in the past. It is mostly the Fox collab this week, so if you're not really into the collaboration, it might not be the week for you. And if you want my full in-depth analysis on the entire Fox collab, check out this video I did yesterday on screen. We talked all about it, the lookbook, and each individual product picture. Still going to talk about the Fox items today, and of course all the items that we didn't know were coming out, like, well, the ones we'll get into here in a second. And without further ado, let's freaking go. All right, starting at the bottom of the drop list, we have the New Era outline beanie for 40 bucks. I don't hate this beanie at all, and that's kind of what I say when there's an item that I don't like, but I don't really have anything against. There's a few colorways that are all right. I don't mind this cream and pink, maybe the blue, navy, and white. I could see potentially one of these colorways selling out, probably not immediately or anytime soon, and this is absolutely not any kind of a resale beanie. It's totally just a personal grab. I think most people probably just don't like the font or something. I don't know. Next up, the Fox Racing sweatpants. Now I'll admit, in my video yesterday, I was real treed out of my mind. I was pog champing with this thing, soy facing, and I still do think these sweatpants are cool, but I do understand why people are downvoting them towards the bottom out of all the stuff. It's not really race gear at all, being that just cotton based material is what it looks to be. But what I can say is these will absolutely be comfortable. You can't argue with that. You got 4 different colors, big Supreme branding, Fox, and then a laundry list of sponsors down there at the bottom of your leg. Interesting placement for sure, but I think it pulls it off pretty well. It's not overly crazy. It's just enough. And I think the piping, the color blocking works well, and you got to give it to them. All 4 colorways, in my opinion, are pretty solid. You got the camo, you get the laid back black, the white and pink, and then the blue with yellow, but definitely not the craziest garment. And $188, damn, not a bad price at all. Here we go with the Cordura Fox Racing baggy jeans. These are a whopping $288, and yeah, absolutely not worth it at that price, in my opinion. There's a lot better Supreme jeans that come out every season, and I was talking with Thrifted Trail in the comment section, or maybe it was my premiere of my last video, and he was saying, you know, Cordura is a very heavy material, so these are going to be a very heavy jean, which for some people, that might be a W. If you go riding, maybe you want some casual jeans to wear on your bike or something. You should note, if you actually do ride a dirt bike on the dirt or in the grass, on a track, trail, these are going to get absolutely filthy if you're on anything but concrete, so just be warned. I'm guessing that's not really applying to many of you. Maybe some of you guys ride bikes on the street bike type shit, and you want something like this. You don't want to wear riding gear for some reason. I don't know how it really works. I don't ride motorcycles. They terrify me, but $288 is a little bit too much for me. Puffy jacket being $498 is freaking a W. I guess like 700 bucks, and that was way over what it ended up being, which is cool. 500 bones for a puffy jacket. That's pretty standard, even for like non-Supreme collabs. I think we've seen some that are 400, 398 type stuff, but when you have all of these embroideries on here, you have this shininess to it. I think this is one of the coolest pieces, and the fact that it was the cornerstone, very first piece of the lookbook, that always lends itself for a positive resale aftermarket in terms of it selling for more than it retailed for, right? Positive depending on who you are. we'll say. I don't think this will be that hard to cop, to be honest, guys. I think many of these things can be copped in one cart. Maybe not some items later on, but certainly with this puffer jacket being a higher ticket item, that does tend to price a large amount of people out. Even though Supreme sells out every single week, there's a vast variety of customers. Like, it's rare to see me spend over $400 on a single item. Very rare. I don't really buy this stuff too often. Is it worth it to go for resale? I do personally think it's going to be worth it. My resale estimate after the drop would be probably only in the 600s for a little bit, maybe up to the 7, 8 in a few months. But down the line, this thing I could easily see being $800 to $1,000. It really just depends on how the market gravitates toward it. And there's no guarantees with any of this stuff. Do not consider this financial advice. Sign up for Robinhood, link in description. That's financial advice. S&P 500, boys. Come on. Use code Thomas Finn in the description. Well, looky here, a non-Fox Racing collab item. It's the thermal line zip-up flannel shirt, baby. All cotton flannel with fill, cotton blend thermal lining. I love the quilted taffeta sleeve lining. If I could write a book on quilted taffeta, we would have a novel, truly, with a full zip closure, with on-scene hand pockets at lower front and utility pockets at chest. You know how it is. You know what to do. This thing's pretty nice. It's got 3 relatively innocuous colorways, but I think still look really good. It is thermal line, so this will keep you nice and warm during the winter. We love that. Gotta love staying warm. I like this blue one. Very much a sleeper item. And is it gonna be sleeper item of the week? It might be. It's just a nice flannel. For now, it's in the running for sleeper item. It would be cool if they were like Palace and did the occasional back hit across the shoulders. And Supreme does do that occasionally, but we'll have to see more pictures because I genuinely don't know. Retail price, $168. Little high. Fox Racing 6 panel is next, and $58 is that retail price. I think this hat is pretty all right. You got the big factory team here on the front side. Maybe this seam will be a little contentious because they are mixing it up. I don't know what that would be called. Just instead of doing the traditional seams right out of the top of the hat, it's going across the front in like a split pattern. I'm calling it a split 6 panel for now, but the embroideries look dope. I like the grow back. I don't mind it at all. Some people are like, snap back. I prefer buckle back. I don't care. I truly don't care. As long as it's not that leather stuff with like the old timey buckle, I'm good. Maybe would prefer a snapback. There is something inherently athletic about Velcro where you're just like, fuck it, let's go, lock it in. But these colorways all go with the matching sweatsuit. We looked at the sweatpants already, and Realtree 1 is that the one to go for. I like that they're going with the color blocking, not over the top. Pink and white is not bad either, but I do find it hard to wear pink hats. So I would give it probably to this one right here. This is a non-matching sweatsuit colorway and is more of a work jacket matching fit because there are 5 colorways and there's only 4 colorways of the sweatsuit. Fox Racing beanie, $44. Now this is pretty much an exact copy of some Fox beanies that they've done for years, but that's pretty common from Supreme, and I can say it's very minimal. You got the Fox logo on the side of the beanie, and then you have the Supreme and the Fox Racing font on the other side. Pretty basic. I still think it's a decent beanie, but for 44 bucks, I would personally go for other items unless you really like this one and want to cop it for personal. There's probably some resale opportunities a little bit down the road, but nothing about this beanie screams hype. I'm gonna pay more than 44 bucks for it. Certainly not immediately, so I really wouldn't target this unless you have a certain feeling about it, and by all means, knock yourself out. Supreme X Fox Racing DMX race frame impact chest guard for $298, baby. Look at that Arctic camo. Now this, if you guys don't know, you wear it underneath your jersey or over so you can stay protected. DMX logo on the front for the DMX tribute. The Rough Rider himself. Pretty neat tie-in they did there. And I'm a big fan of how this stuff looks. I think the Arctic camo looks great. We have been seeing it on a lot of other items this past 2 years or 1 year. Would it have been cooler if we didn't have that? Maybe, maybe not. I think looking at it by itself, objectively, it looks sick. The branding on the front is dope. I'm not a giant DMX fan. I like X Gonna Give It To You, which is the most generic song that he has. So I wouldn't wear this stuff, even if I was a writer, because of that lack of a fandom. But man, if you are a fan, this goes extra hard. And I could absolutely see this being collectible in the future with just how big DMX is, Supreme is, just motocross in general. $298 for that guy. The long sleeve top is next with original artwork by Ben Trogdon. I do really like the design of this long sleeve top. I'm not a big fan of the all over print though. In my video, I kind of said said it was all right, but I more so just like the lightning bolts and the triple logo here, along with the Supreme in, once again, Old English. I do like actually these Fox logos that have that hand-drawn look to them, but the AOP, I could kind of take it or leave it with the image original racewear on the top of the back there, which was Fox's factory race gear that they had back in the 90s, 2000s. They might still be around today. I'm not 100% sure. I think if you're gonna go for this one, go for the black edition, a little bit more muted compared to the other items that are coming out this week, but I think it's all right, and it's not too expensive either at only $128. Maybe that is kind of tax for a long sleeve top, but it is a collab. It's got original artwork by someone, so there's your money right there. Collegiate applique top, baby. We're back into it with the preview items. Here we go. 88 bucks for these guys. I'm a big fan of these Collegiate logos. Always have been, always will be. You have the unique colorway here with the navy camo looking like a battlefield mastery camouflage or something. I do like the yellow accent against the blue, complementary colors, but in my honest opinion, this is not the week for this shirt. Unless you've been waiting for it the whole season, you want a nice, heavier cotton slub jersey, as Supreme calls it, with that tackle to applique. I would say there's better items to go for, and I don't imagine this shirt will sell out immediately. Best colorway though, I gotta give it to this green hiding in the back. It looks pretty dang sick, and then probably followed by camo with the gray and black. Not a big fan of these tonals at all, but I do appreciate they're doing it with white and red, Supreme's two unofficial colors, or official, however you look at it. Let's get Halloweeny with the Hanes Bones thermal pants. You get one pack, okay, 32 bucks. All cotton Hanes waffle thermal pant with printed graphic. I can honestly say these are very warm. I have the black skeleton edition, and they come out every season around Halloween. The new color that I would watch out for this year is the Bruce Lee spec right here with the yellow and black. I think that looks very good if you want to resell thermal pants. It is kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, to sell some long johns, no silvers, but I guess go for this one because it's new, it's fresh, and at least get the full set. Go full skeleton. It's pretty affordable too, right? 64 bucks to go full skeleton. I have the full black skeleton.
Stop! What do you mean by that?
I'm good on it. I just need one pair. I don't need multiples. I might go for one of the thermal tops, so we can look at that later, but believe it or not, it's upvoted pretty dang high, so we might not get to it for a little bit. Next up, the DMX V1 helmet is $348, which feels reasonable, yet still expensive, which is what I thought it was going to be, because Supreme Fox Racing helmets in the past have been around that $258 price point. It has also been a while since Supreme and Fox Racing have released a helmet. The past two collaborations, Fall Winter 2023 and Fall Winter 2020, did not release helmets. One, because Fall Winter 2020 released in season, I believe. I'll cover more about that in a Supreme Fox Racing retrospective I'll do either tomorrow or later this week. But we haven't seen a helmet release since 2019. So in terms of collectability, in terms of uniqueness, $348 is not crazy, and I think this helmet down the road will easily reach $1,000. It's only a matter of time. I might seem crazy, but these Supreme accessories are super iconic. This is also very usable straight out of the box. You can put this on and be protected. It looks dope. I mean, surely this front angle looks like a fighter pilot. And yes, he is wearing the foams with that. But what do y'all think about this helmet? I think it's gas, but I'm also very biased towards motorsport, so I get it if you think it's silly, but I'm giving it an upvote. Next up, the DMX bomber gloves. I'm going for these at $118. I think they're kind of a steal in terms of an accessory. I do think people will try to wear these outside of biking. As silly as it may seem, I copped the Ducati gloves to review and then later flip, and they did pretty well. While I'm not expecting those kind of numbers on these gloves, at $118, it just seems like a nice item to start with for my cart, and I do love that Arctic camo with the carbon fiber and the Nux. Supreme branding, DMX, it's all there. And I just got a soft spot for gloves, man. I think they're dope. All right, the Fox Racing sweater is up next, $188. This would probably be the personal item that I go after further review of the tape, after some time to let it stew, 24 hours, having my head hit the pillow and sleeping for, 4.5 hours last night. Again, guys, I'm tortured by my sleep, but nevertheless, I think it's super dope that we have this Supreme box logo at the bottom, Fox Racing, motocross technology. It looks good. I like the logo here. It's got that low poly hand stitched look that sweaters have, which I think works really well and just seems to continue to be popular. White has the black one beat as well for this orange colorway. I just don't think it looks as good with the gray and the all black, but that's just personal preference. You can go whichever colorway you want. 188, not horrible, could be a lot worse. Next up, we got the hooded work jacket for $468. I was really hoping this thing would be a bit cheaper, like in the 300s for sure. I think we were guessing like $348 to $398. So the fact that this is $468 is probably the most expensive item on like a perception basis, if that makes sense. And let's be real here, Ducati work jacket smacks this thing around, takes its lunch, stuffs it in a locker. It's not even close. I do still think this is pretty cool, but at the end of the day, I honestly think they didn't go crazy enough with it. I think this could have used more design work on it, maybe some bigger logos, something. It has a certain something that's just missing. It's almost there, it's close. And you can match the 6 panel with this thing if that's your cup of tea. But after looking at all the other pieces, this one is just not my favorite, even though it is the number 5 item on the drop list. Next up, we have the Swarovski. I'm tired pronouncing this. We're gonna figure it out.
Swarovski.
That's what I thought it was.
Swarovski.
We got the Swarovski S logo new era. I have to slow it down just like a little bit. I speak a bit too fast for the Swarovski S logo. But this thing admittedly is pretty cool. Even though I'm not a fitted guy, I am an S logo guy, and I'm not really a Swarovski guy. Unless I'm copping things for Sonic Boom, which by the way, bro, I gotta ship this to you soon, okay? When my week 7 stuff gets in, this is coming down to Australia. Regardless, the hilarious thing about this item is that it's $198.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I mean, dude, they are taxing out the motherfucker with this. $198, bro. I was thinking $100. How much are those little diamonds worth? They're not even, they're crystals. I'm sure it's bling blinging, but man, 2025 on the side. And the thing is, guys, I could still see it selling out. I could still see it reselling. It's a Swarovski market. It's crazy. Not for the faint of heart. That's some bullshit, for real. Number 3 item, and really the number 2 Fox Racing item. It's the DMX Racing jersey for $168. That's a pretty dang good price. Might have to go after this. Just back to basics. Motocross jerseys, they're dope, dude. And after looking at a lot of the items, I'm gravitating back towards the jersey. I'm back to my old ways, right? We got Supreme Droplist coming out on Tuesdays. SupThomas might be back to gas and jerseys. Hey, someone's got to do it. It ain't gonna do itself. Well, except it is, because community agreed with me. Now the question is, which one is better? Gut feeling is the first one, because it just has those darker tones, and the dark black with red is more of that racing vibe, like the male testosterone swag, like DMX, Rough Rider type shit. But this guy, the Arctic camo, this is the avant-garde. And we all got that one friend, right? Every friend group's got that one guy who's always wearing snow camo and Supreme Fox Racing goggles this class. We all got that one friend. But this one's pretty cool too. Might be a bit of a sleeper in terms of a colorway, but let's just be real here. This jersey's tough as nails. They knocked it out of the park. Everything looks good on it. Really no complaints, except would have been nice to get a box logo. That's about it. There is one on the tag, but that's literally my only nitpick. Number 2 item on the drop list is the zip up hooded sweatshirt for $198. I was right. That was my lowest guess on pricing. I thought $228 was going to be the price, but they really kept it reasonable. And if you think about all this embroidery or all this stitching that they've done, it's not out of the question for them to tax out the wazoo. So they really kept it relatively affordable for a lot of these items. I hope you guys understand that. I know some of y'all, regardless, are going to complain about the price, and I get it. That's just Supreme. That's the brand that we unfortunately are into. If you don't like it, don't buy it, or wait for the sale, or buy some used stuff. I still think the real tree is really sick and the neon is dope, but I absolutely don't need this. I was looking at my wardrobe. I've copped this thing recently, the Supreme wing zip up recently. I still got my green Palace Celtic zip up. Like, I got a lot of zip ups, okay? My Frank Frazetta zip up, that's 4 right there. Do I need 5? That is the question. The answer is no. Do I want 5? Absolutely. Am I brain rotted in the head? 100%. Do I want to be? Well, I don't certainly really fight against it, to be honest, but this one's dealer's choice. Get your favorite colorway. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is for the personal, and that should be kind of a given. Most of you guys know that. I really just talk about resale to give you guys that information to help you make your decision. And if you're looking to get into making a bit of money, because that is the fun thing about Supreme, it does sell out. I think this will be an all right piece for resale. Talking with Thrifted again, he's thinking maybe the size small for the ladies or the smaller fellas. I think for sure, I would say second colorway would be this one. I would stick with these two though. I think the other ones are good, but I don't see much with the blue and yellow. It just doesn't really end up being a popular combination for whatever reason. Black is a bit too muted, but you can't go wrong. Probably not going to have out the gate resale like the other ones, but you never know. And last but not least, we had to save it to the end. 404 upvotes. The Hanes Bones Thermal Crew 1-pack. You get one of them. It's coming out. Long sleeve top with printed graphic and stamped logo on lower front. I guess I'll go get mine and show you guys what it looks like on body just to help you out with sizing, because there is one major thing that you need to watch out for, and it's if you're wearing this thing as a thermal or if you're wearing it as an outer garment, because they're two different purposes. All right, here we go. You're not going to see my face because of my camera angle, but here's what it looks like. And believe it or not, this is an extra large, and it doesn't even go all the way down my sleeve because these are thermals and they're meant to be tighter on your body to keep you nice and warm. Okay, so if you get your regular size, it'll be even smaller and closer to your skin. So I recommend getting a size up really regardless, because even though this is slightly oversized, quote unquote, I could probably even wear a double XL if I was gonna wear it out and about. That's kind of how it works. I'll do a quick little 360 for y'all. Hopefully that was helpful to at least one of you. And honestly, guys, I think this piece is not going to be too bad for resale. Black always sells out eventually, but these two are pretty much printed every single year. I would really keep it to the Bruce Lee edition or the Daisy Cup diaper edition, whatever you want to call this one. I don't love it. It's got like nursery wallpaper on it. It's just not really my cup of tea, but I think yellow looks really good. This just reminds me of like disposable hospital cups or nursery wallpaper. I don't really know what they're doing here, but the Bruce Lee 1A looks very sick. We also saw it in the lookbook underneath the number 9 Mickey Mouse varsity jacket, which came out last week. And believe it or not, guys, that is the last item on the drop list. Well, Supreme Week 9. Very collab heavy, with the Fox collab prominently featuring on this week's drop. We still got some stuff to look out for. Thermal Crew 1-pack. I might be going for this yellow pair for the flip. Shamelessly, I'm debating the jersey. Like, this could be a little cart here. Boom, boom, boom. We'll have to wait and see. Fox racing stuff is sick. Buy what you like at the end of the day. Pricing is relatively affordable. I'm not mad at it at all. I mean, shiny down puffer jacket too. Kinda clean. Kinda freaking clean. What do you guys think about this week? Let me know what you're feeling in that comment section down below. It's been your boy SupThomas with another Supreme drop list video on a Tuesday, and we're locked in for week 9. See you guys later. Peace.